What are y'all doing in my room? What am I doing here? Jeez. I'm surprised everybody hasn't unsubscribed from my channel yet. Jeez. Sorry I haven't been around much. Anyone know this trick? Yeah, that's a classic trick. You use the oils from your skin to get rid of the foam on your beer. This is the first actual live that I've done in a long time, or any video for that matter. But yeah. When I was running this regularly, I was getting some chat action, but we'll see if we even get any people chiming in live at all. I thought maybe this would get me in the mood to actually be more productive with this channel, because I've had a lot of distractions as of late. We'll build some stuff. Oh, what's up, Quilly? If you're supposed to say it like that. Howdy, y'all. It's just me and you. Thank you for being here. You know what? I kind of cheated, because like I built a lot of stuff, rewicked a lot of stuff already. But yeah, there's always more things to rewick. I was noticing this, like this Moab, right? I put Turkish maize in here. Now I have Turkish maize in this too. This J3S, right? It tastes dramatically different in the Moab. The Moab just makes this juice really stand out. It just tastes so good in this device with this Mob Mini in here. I don't know what it is. The way it's just so condensed, like in this. I don't know if it's like the Boro itself, or just the Mob. But I feel like I've run this juice with a Mob in a different mod, and it's not had this flavor characteristic. It's just something I always notice. But then out of nowhere, it'll run dry. This is the only thing I use, and I've been using this same exact setup for like over a year at least. It will randomly run dry on me. Nothing else does that. Now, because it's a little tiny juice port, like sometimes it does trick you and you think there's more juice in there than there is, but you got to rewick like a candle factory. Very nice. Yeah, I put it off a lot more than I used to. I mean, I would do it like every 5 to 7 days in the past, and now like I'll try to run something for like 2 weeks. But I have so many things wicked simultaneously that I can stretch them pretty good that way. Um, I rewicked everything. Let's do a look like what I'm vaping on, since um, yeah, for any regular people to this channel, you're not going to see anything new. Sorry. All right, I got my stash box with the unknown phase tip titanium joint with a titanium Mob 2 toxic. No toxic font, fortunately. I think that looks gaudy. Besides, it takes away from the beautiful. It looks like an ocean. I mean, you guys can't tell probably, but it looks like an ocean and some mountains. Looks really nice. Yeah, my good old stash box Bordeaux 2.1. Love this little setup. This is my only functional BMM mod right now. God, tragedy. Tragedy has struck me. My car was stolen a couple weeks ago. I was trying to do some serious shit where I don't know how involved I want to get into this story, but basically, I was trying to help somebody Yeah, I got another car. I bought a Cadillac, a 1998 Cadillac with I spent about the same money for both of them. The old one was a 92 Buick Century. That was three 3,500 with like 145,000 miles on it. This is a 98 Cadillac, 98,000 miles. I also paid 3,500. So nicer car. I mean, bigger engine. It's going to cost more in gas. That's about the only drawback. And apparently there is like some shit with the motor mount or like the type of bolts they use weren't strong in the North Star engine. I don't know. I did all this research on the car after I bought it. I should have did all that beforehand. I just wanted something fast, you know. Lost your Scion. You're on an e-bike. Jeez. Yeah, I'm just so relieved I actually like have a car again because I don't live in a city anymore, and you fucking need a car around here. It's kind of blows. Uh, I miss the elevated train in Philly, in Philadelphia. They call it the L. Love that. You know, it's so convenient. You can take a bus. You can go from Philly is like I believe it's the sixth biggest city in the whole country of the United States, and you could take a and the Northeast is the biggest part of it, which is where I'm from. You could take a bus from the furthest Northeast tip, all of this like the 66, which is like on the Ben Salem cusp of Bucks County. You could take that for $3 all the way. It may be more now. I don't know. $3 all the way to Market Frankfurt line. Spend another. What's a transfer? I think a transfer is just another dollar, right? God, it's been so long. So that's $4. Maybe it's $2. I don't fucking remember, man. God, I'm shot out. Then you could take that Market Frankfurt line all the way to 69th Street in West Philly, get on another bus for another. I don't think you can't. You have to spend another $3. Either way, it's like $7. You can get from Northeast to Southwest in Philadelphia, and really, what the buses will take a long time. The L is pretty fast. I'm sure you're all really interested in all this, but this is what I'm talking about. Apparently, um, here's this beautiful. I may be doing a video on this just to give it more coverage because I have a video on the Unica, and it's with like my old camera. I'd like to give this a nice 4K coverage. You know what I mean? Let it shine a little bit because it is a very pretty mod. Art and Mod Unica. This is resin and carbon fiber with DLC plates on it. This thing, I bought it brand new. This cost me $950 just for the mod. This is the most expensive mod I ever bought outright. I've technically paid more for this fucking broken thing. This beautiful 38 floral. This is an old 38. This is one of like the OG 38s. I love this is like my favorite mod. It's broken. Oh, this is how it's broken. I can actually demonstrate. It's a real fucking shame. It really is because I just had my bow rat and my billy club. My bow rat is my other like fucking pride and joy mod. And my billy club, that's the only squonker I really use regularly. So they're fucking gone. They were both in my car when it got stolen. What do I need? I need a atomizer. This will do. I'll take it out of another broken mod. My Harpy Harbor. This is one of the first not the first, but it's like number 75. And you know how many fucking harbors are out there. So this is a really early harbor. I paid $600 for this. I may have actually paid like 650 for this. This is when they were pretty new. Now they've made so many of these, and the market is so wacky that fucking worth, God, I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, this just needs like a soldering job. You can see it's on. It started up pretty good right there. But look, now nothing's happening. One of the wires is fucked up for the fire button. I already had Chris Hernandez offer to do it for free. There's a bunch of guys that do these kind of repairs. Not Bill Gibson, Bill Fanning. Pretty sure that's the right one. I had them mixed up for the longest time, and it's like I talked to the one Bill frequently enough that I should have had his name correct. But nonetheless, all right. I took the wrong thing out. I took the battery out. Shmur. I need to resolder a couple of boards. Rev Tech. Yeah, 950 digital gold. How much digital gold is $950 equivalent to? Damn, look at all these comments. This is awesome. Pull the gray. Yeah, Greyhound. I had some interesting Greyhound experiences. So when my car got stolen, right? I've been trying to help somebody, the girl I used to be with, uh, get out of a situation that she's in, and she's like fucked up, and you know, what's the bunch of people have been saying it to me, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's what people keep saying to me. But it's just the way things turned out. But yeah, I took a Greyhound with her from Philly to Austin, Texas, completely on a whim, with nothing but clothes on our back, basically. That was in 2015. With a ferret. And a guitar and a couple of bags of luggage. What's up, Mike? How are we doing? Yeah, I'm taking the risk of running a live. I mean, it very well may skip because of my Wi-Fi, but maybe it won't. I wanted to do a legit live. This way, get some interaction, because I feel bad for the people that have actually. I've had people reach out recently and ask me like, "Have you quit the chat? Are you done doing videos?" I'm like, "Not necessarily. I just, I've been so caught up with other shit, and I will say like things have been wearing on me a bit, and there's always financial fucking. You can never have enough money, right? And I'm not one of these guys that just have it like that. That can just keep buying mod after mod. If something's really gonna grab me, and you know what I mean, like I'll just become a lot more particular. Especially everybody has their heyday of buying up Bora mods. You get to a point you like everything you have, or you just feel like most of it's been done, or I can't stand to see another 3D printed exposed battery Bora mod that's gonna either look like a 38 or a Harpy or a KBR, or there's only a few stuff. I'm not gonna diss on the fucking mods out there, but like nothing specifically. I just mean in general. And everyone knows this, so I'm not gonna harp on it. Get it? Harp on it. You've gone subsistence vaping, 3 max, 3 regulator, 1 board. Very in touch. Who's very in touch? Me? About what? Not the latest vape gear. I'll tell you that. I feel bad because some people used to like reach out to me to ask me about shit, and like now it's like if you PM me about something new, you may as well, you know, ask a random guy on the street because I just don't keep up with it. Um, I'm not in the groups as much as I used to be, and it doesn't look like many people are. But there's always new people. There's always going to be new people that really get invested quickly. And that's good. As long as there's new people coming in, that's all that matters. It's nice to have like an established core group that stick by the groups and monitor them, and they're already aware of who's been in it for a while. It just keeps things in check, so that's good. I mean, those people deserve some credit. I mean, I guess most of them, they do it because they want to, but I don't know, after so many years it starts to lose its luster a little bit. And like I've said before, it was a combination of things. COVID had people inside and needing hobbies they can do by alone by themselves, and the fucking what's that? What the hell's that shit called? Stimulus money. So people had money to burn, and then the Boro mod boom after Billabong. That really set shit off for so long. Years. So all good things come to an end. I've seen SVA has a new mod. Kind of looks like the art and mod, the new art and mod. See, I mean, you can't help it. They all end up looking like each other after a while because there's just these guys are good, man. They stay on their game and they keep coming up with stuff. But you see that was the thing before. I mean, when it first started, production, the numbers were so limited, and there just wasn't as many options. So like things stayed valuable. Now with the oversaturation, that was the other factor that kind of brought everything down a peg. Things don't seem as special when they're so plentiful. So that has an impact. 18350. I've never used any 18350 of any way, shape, or form. I've never had any desire to, because there's so many small 18650 things, and I don't know. From what I've heard, I mean, the battery life. I like battery life. I have plenty of batteries, but I don't like having to change them out all the time. Even with my Bora mods, I feel like I'm always changing out the 18650 ones. Like, of course, all mine are really fucking old and they should be retired, but I have ODB wraps on all of them. I'm not I don't know which ones are newer and older at this point. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, are they gonna blow the fuck up or what? What's up there, vaping biker? I was about to say Bic. That's all it says is Bic. Oh, the wisdom of insight. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I just got to talk about something, right? And I just try to keep it on topic with the vape shit if I can. Um, I had more shit to talk about like a while ago, but I never ended up following up with a live. Like, if anyone remembers when this happened, a, a bike is correct. Yeah, I'm sorry. There is a vaping biker though. I know who you are though, because we recently became acquainted like not too long ago. Vaping biker was like back before I even made. So yeah, the thing I wanted to talk about a while back was the brand Skunk Works. They made the BO1 uh, RBTA uh, Bora Bridge, and they made the Do1, which is the dot platform based mod. And they got other shit, I guess, but they fucked up or something real bad, and they burned a bunch of people, left them hanging. They fucked up their production, and they're kaput. They're clouded. There's another company that did that too, though, recently, and I can't remember their fucking name. There was another company that fucked up recently, and I can't. God, I should have did the live right away because it was only like a month or two ago, and I already fucking forget. Like, the only reason the Skunk Works one really stuck is because I had a little conversation with the Russian Dmitry um, about it. He had a post, or somebody had a post, and he was writing about on it. And I have a Do1 mod somewhere. Come on now. I'm pretty sure I do. Jesus Christ. It's not like there's that many things in this drawer. Wow, now I'm upset. The fuck is this thing? Huh. Well, dude, I gotta find this now. This is gonna bother me. I think I may list it along with a bunch of shit. I say that all the time and I never do. I'm so goddamn lazy. Bic. Yeah. Um yeah, I hate listing stuff. I hate shipping stuff. I'm just so fucking terrible. Like, I'll ship it. I just gotta like I'll ship it in a time. I'll ship things timely. I just mean like I don't like having to do it. It used to be real convenient with my old job. I would go at lunch and it was like right down the street. I mean, I still don't work that much further, but it's just finding the right time of the day. You know, before work is too early, after is too late. You see the dilemma. So, I guess I'll re-wick this. This is the Bo Real by Real Mods. This is the Tone Ohm edition. It says Bo Real XO. There's a video on this, which I didn't use. It's not a 4K video, but it's better than a fucking webcam. But I don't know if I'll reshoot a whole video. The Unica one, I really should redo it because, it's like 380p, quality. So yeah. So this is a titanium mob mini in here. My blue Pro Row, and I have the one marshmallow in there. Yeah, so my like I was saying, my Billy Club was stolen, right? It's the Noricum. I think I'm saying that right. The Streebog one, Noricum. Is that how you say the name? Pretty sure. Um, it was a collab, the Billy Club collab. There's only 25 of them made, so now there's 24 of them. But the Streebog I still have. The Streebog was not on there. I actually had a Hadley on there. So that's the RDA that I lost in that dilemma. So I mean, I guess if I had to lose, I don't fucking know. It's all tragic. There's a bright side to this. Oh, and then my Bow Rat, my AMBB was in there because it always is. I really like that RBA. I'm probably gonna have to replace it. That's how much I like it. Most shit, I'd just be like, fuck it, I'll use a different RBA. I really like that RBA, so it's gonna if I don't have one. And it had a beige Juma tip on there with control panels. Apparently, they don't do Juma BMM tips anymore, so that's it. There's no replacing that either. Yeah, that thing was. It wasn't a 2-window. It wasn't a colored one, but it was still, the Goyard pattern. I really like that. I got it on my birthday a couple years ago. Yeah, I mean, it was just it meant something to me, that mod. Low hit count when I got it. I think it was like 500. I mean, that's not that low, but great condition. Almost, keep most of my shit in good condition. See, I like using. People talk about 510 adapters like they're bad, and I get it. Like they can be a pain in the ass because you get. But I always wick here. I only got to reach right in this drawer. But when I got threaded RBAs, well, now I got to dick around with the fucking the height of the 510 of the manual, because a lot of the pins are longer, a lot of them are shorter. I got to drop it all the way down for the atom. And, so you lose either way, is what I'm trying to say. Either one has its drawback. So when people say it's a con that it has a 510 adapter, most of these things did have 510 adapters initially, and it's just, I'm still going to use some of them that do anyway. So it's like, if I'm going to use one that has a 510 adapter, then what does it matter if they all do, That's just my opinion. The Osiris, you know what? I briefly even seen that in the groups. So yeah, like I don't know. I like those. I'd be more curious to try that like Karma John, the new Karma RBA that can do the dot and the Boros. That seems cool because they got those toxic ones that look really nice. You know, that's another thing. It's like probably not going to see me run out and grab one, but looks interesting. You know, at least it's like unique because it uh, is versatile in that regard. Here it is. Yeah, vaping Vic. You could go to his channel. Um, he's got videos up as well. You know, smaller channel like mine. You know, and that's where it's at. I remember when Chris Leckless started doing videos, and it's good to support the smaller channels because somebody's gotta. And his channel got big pretty quick. Billet Box Info. I mean, it was very thorough, and it was like the first of its kind to like strictly just do Boro stuff. He made that channel like at the perfect time as well. Um, Usually I underwick mobs, and this time I like an underwicked mob. Its flavor is usually perfect. Yeah, if I were to like run out and gear, I don't really know. Like, I just want another bow rat. The new BMM mod, I mean, it looks cool. The Smuggler, little shit, ridiculous. The Smuggler is a cool name though, and it's small, so I don't know. That works. That's a cool mod in that I like where the god damn. I like the fire button on it. That looks cool. Although, if I remember right, isn't it like more um it's only like convenient for like left-handed people, I think. I think I'm right about saying that, or it was, or I just remember having that impression, and I think I'm right. Fucker, man. Why won't you die? There we go. Most of my fucking Boros that, shit just pops in. This one, it's actually both of my mobs. Well, the M2 and this titanium mini. They just don't want to fucking get seated. I use Mac religiously, fire button perfect placement. Use mech like mechs, you mean, or mech Boro stuff? Why is it only like I don't know. I don't know. That's what I was just saying. I'm pretty sure it's like only convenient for left-handed, like or like it's like a trigger fire type deal, but low and a slant. And then I think the there's a second fire button, but it's only on the one side. So I, I forget what it was that made me say that. There is something about it that made me think um, that it was more convenient for left-handed people. Ryan has a video on it. You could watch that. He's left-handed, so don't there's biased. So shit. Yeah, it's so nice when you vape something like rewicked. And you're like, oh wow, that's the way it should have been tasting for the last week. What else we got, y'all? I could show you this thing. I wasn't gonna bother, but I'll do it anyway. This right here is a Locus, but it's a Focus. Oh, I like that. I just came up with something there. It's a Focus. If you get it, you get it. Look how scuffed up it is. I'm glad it's a Focus because I never drop shit ever, and I fucking dropped the fuck out of this thing. Oh my god, I've never done that to a mod. Like it's just so chewed. I was gonna sell it too, like real cheap, but I don't think anyone's gonna want this thing now. I have mechs. I don't use them. Too much cloudage for me. Um, I had my day with them. They're cool. Here's a nice Vindicator. Mechs are cool and all. You know, they have their place in the world. Okay, now what should we wick? I wicked it. I rewicked this already. Dope, Ion, Ultima Ion, the trusty unknown Enigma RTA on a Vicious Amp Marquee. Starry Night is what I like to call this thing. Can only be cookie in there. I guess I'll rewick this. G3S. This is a round wire built in it for some reason. Bizarre. I do like that fast ramp up. People love big exotic coils, and it's like they look cool. I cannot sit there for fucking like 5 seconds waiting for my coil to get hot. That shit bothers me. Or having to put shit at like 50 watts and like, I don't know. It's just not me. Run through batteries, 50 watts, and yeah, like I'm gonna use. I feel like I run through my battery at 28 watts. So an 18650 at 50 watts with a big ass coil, it's not gonna last me very long. Shit. What else been going on? Yeah, man, I just work and yeah, just work. I feel like work is slowing down. Going from fucking cutting grass to leaf removals soon, I guess. And it should be interesting. I need a real fucking, I don't know, just a. I mean, I like my job for the. I actually like that it's a physical job because I think exercise is very important, not just for physical health, but like for mental health. And that's the good thing about it, actually. But I mean, it'd be nice to have like a fucking good job where I could just buy all this shit at a whim. All right, let's see. On a whim. I seen somebody had a 143 RTA for sale the other day. It was in like Finland though, and it was for 600 fins, euros, I guess. Uh, yeah, I'm not spending more than like. I mean, for that thing, I'd consider. I mean, not right now, but in general, I would consider like $400. Um, but overall, I don't want to be spending more than $300 on an RTA. I mean, and that's like a big number. There's Innovas I think are that expensive, and they work. I mean, VWM like their shit ain't cheap to begin with. So, and then the exclusivity. I think aside from like a unknown RBA, I feel like the Dope is like the only RBA that really like has stayed RRP overall for throughout its whole life, or more. You know, it's like the only thing that still holds that RRP value. I mean, people like that shit. It is that good. Yeah, I mean, I guess you guys, it would be better to have a different camera setup so you could see the rewickings that I do. I don't know if any of you care that much, but it's funny. I mean, some people like have been vaping for so long and they still have trouble rewicking stuff, and it surprises me because I first off I would have lost interest if I couldn't wick really good. I'd be pissed. I would not be spending all this money on this stuff, and yeah, I mean, you just figure you're doing it that long, that many years. I mean, you just get good at it no matter what. But it's really surprising me sometimes people that like own companies or people that have just been around so long, like they'll be saying like they can't fucking set something up right, or it's just weird. I also do my research too. Like I don't Jay Hayes shit. I don't just dive in and wing it. Like I'm gonna if something's reverse threaded, I'm gonna know that going in. I'm not gonna find out the hard way, like so I do like, if something has like a quirk about it, I'll know that ahead of time, from watching other reviews or being on point like in the groups. Um, so in that regard, I could see people having a hard time if they don't do their research. But like in just terms of wicking itself, most things are similar enough that you should be able to figure it out. I don't know. This thing is like, I bring this to work and it just gets nasty shit on it. Little debris. I went from like getting little dirt or stone pieces on stuff to like dirt pieces. Great jobs. Um, Chat's kind of dying out now. Yeah. I have like a video on. Oh, you know what? Where is that thing? This. There's a video coming out soon of this. I'm not gonna give too much away about it. Rewicked. There's already tons of videos about the rewicked, but not this kind of rewick. This is different. So there's that because I filmed it already. You know, I just gotta throw it together real quick, and I don't think there's that much editing involved in it. Hopefully, editing is weird. I mean, when you do it often enough, it's a breeze. But like, if you stop doing it for a little while, you don't. You're like, you don't want to have to get back into it. I'm very like routine oriented. I notice. Like, I have a hard time if I stop something. I can't seem to jump back into it, or if I do something consistently enough, like I guess everyone's like that, but I really notice it. This is the Akira, cheap $50 Chinese mod that looks like a stratum. These are nice. Just see Mike Vapes use this a lot, actually. It's a nice cheap mod. This is not actually Delrin, this is ABS plastic. So it doesn't feel as good as it looks. Got this guitar over here a month or two ago. This is a Epiphone Casino in olive green or whatever the fuck it's called, drab olive. That I never had to get a guitar set up before. I usually get them and they're used, so they're already broken in. I gotta like get fret worked on 'em. I feel like I should have took it back. I think I still can. I might. This shit wasn't cheap. I just really want it. I always wanted one of these, or a 335, one or the other. This has the P90s. It's a full hollow body, and I wanted something that could do full acoustic as well. So that's why I got that. And it was like, John Lennon's favorite guitar at the end of his career, and also there's a bunch of reasons I got that. Always wanted a body with the two F-hole cutouts. I was gonna get a Gretsch, but I got this instead. Yeah, Gretsch. That was like I was real close to maybe getting like a electromatic, whatever. Because George Harrison, his always looked really cool. The like black and gold look. Yeah. All right. Maybe that'll be it. I used to run like fucking 2-hour lives. This shit's crazy. I don't know how I just kept talking the whole time. I guess I'll show you these two things too, since they're here. Well, here's my Bestia block mod with the OG Killab in there, because now there's a Killab R. That looks. I've seen a group discussion on this, like, oh, it looks like a refabbed unknown RBA, and it's like, okay, well that style was also the Hammer before, but the airflow is different. I mean, of course, the bodies of RBAs, you're gonna end up seeing similar shit at some point or another, right? And then yeah, the Lab Rat with the bridged 1.2 plus, and these are the Milky Way topo, yeah. And then yeah, here's my OG Ion Delrin control panels with hammer inside with Turkish blend or tradition. I was gonna build this, and now I think I'm just like not wanting to all of a sudden. Maybe I'll do a whole video on it. Um, I might move it. I don't know. Evil Reaper V3 EVL John Hayward, made in the UK. Yeah, classic RTA. Uh, yeah, and I was gonna throw it in this the Unific by U Mods. Yeah, so I think that's that. Like I said, maybe I'll force myself to edit a video and get something, you know, uh, how should I call it? Not like official? Do I want to call it official? An official video? I don't fucking know. All right. So yeah, we ran like an hour, so that was pretty good. Pretty good for being a little rusty at this whole thing. I don't know how bad it was skipping. Maybe that's why a lot of the views dropped out, or who knows why that happens. Um, you know, some people watch for a second and then come back later. I like how some people actually say replay crew like as if it was a Grim Green official vlog. I haven't watched a Grim Green vlog in a long time. I'm curious what his view count is like these days. Like last I looked, I thought I seen him gaining viewers. I mean, he's probably like the only person gaining viewers. Um, he covers a lot of that pod shit now, and like a lot of the bigger names do. And maybe there's just that like maybe there is a market out there. Like people like who could want to watch a video on a pod system though? Like how much detail can you really give? I don't know. Maybe people just need a hobby and they just like his character, and that's why they. Yeah, I know there's people that are in like these vlogs, and they like had quit vaping years ago, and they just still do it. You know what I mean? So it is the camaraderie of it to an extent, I imagine, right? It's almost 5 o'clock, so I don't have to be too ashamed of myself. Um, yeah, man. So shit's just been hectic. And summer, it's been slow. I'd say most people's content's been slow, so I don't feel as bad. Things tend to pick up in the winter for most content creators, so maybe that's when I'll pick up steam. Alex, what's good? Alex is a great guy. He was the first person to comment on my completely non-vape related video, technically the last video I made. And I really appreciate the positive reinforcement. Very nice of you. Because I felt kind of foolish, like who the fuck's gonna want to watch this? But it went over all right. Oh wait, you're Green Earth? No, wait a minute. Are you? Get the fuck out! I thought you were two different people the whole time. Wow. So like, Alex's Facebook name is actually Green Earth. So I talked to him on there in like private mess or private messages and in groups, but then I will also talk on here. I thought they were two different people the whole time. How about that? Yeah, man. Well, that's cool. That's good to know. Yeah, I've seen you've been amassing a nice collection recently. I've been peeping that. Pretty cool. I feel so behind. So many people have like these new stash box R's that look really cool. They're like monarchy ones. Like I don't like exposed battery, but the way that crown cutout is with the exposed battery, it works. It looks good. I do like that. Yeah, BMM. That group stays. People stay connected on that one. That and unknown. Unknown is still constantly doing stuff. I feel like Roz is live like 5 times a day. I mean, it's good that he stays busy and people keep interest. It's good to see. The R's are dope. Yeah, yeah. Maybe now, and before I was saying if I ever win a BMM drop, what would I get? And for a short period of time, I was thinking about the Mule, and I always would forget that it's exposed battery. So like at this point, how would that? I need a replacement bow rat, so that seals that deal because I was kind of on the fence. And the Billy Club, I'm just fucked. I mean, God, it's like the value of those two mods was probably the same at this point as the car itself. So it was like I think I'd rather lost the car than those fucking mods. You know, kills me. It's not easy to replace BMM mods. It's just not. Especially one that was one of 25. That's not that's not cool. And whoever got it, they don't know what the fuck they have. They're not going to be able to sell it or know who to sell it to get the actual accurate amount of money for it. It's probably just some fucking junky fucker that's going to get thrown in a trash can or something. It's a shame. Be like, oh, it's out of juice. I guess it's done. That's probably what's going to fucking happen to it if it hasn't already. They were in my Desh pouches. They're gone. That's a company that not that they did anything wrong. They just the guy said I don't know too much about the company itself. Desh that makes the pouches um, that you put your mods in. They're like he's not going to be making them anymore or something. I'm surprised. I mean, it seems like something you could keep going easily enough, and people are always going to need them, right? And the new designs always come out. I thought that was something that would always keep going for some reason, like never normal tips or you know, it's one of them kind of companies like the Vape Haven, Needed Stuffs, accessory companies. You know what I mean? Van and Dell, that's another company that's going. I guess a lot of people have quit the game. It's a hard game to, you know, big shoes to fill at this point. You know what? If everybody, whatever companies, I'm not pointing any fingers, but whatever high-end companies that actually get their shit made in China, that's pretty much what fucked everything up. When everything was actually made in-house, small batch, there was such limited numbers, and that's how the values stayed high. Now that there's so many things being produced every fucking week is a what do they call it, master list of shit, and big signups, and I don't fucking know. But I'm just saying, I know there's a lot of these, number of these companies are getting the shit made through China, so they can pump out a lot of them. The prices are still fucking high when you buy it new, but now they end up being so plentiful, and I don't know. I'm just bickering, but who else is gonna bicker about this shit? Nobody else is gonna bicker about this shit. This is like bitching about vape stuff. Like this is like what Jay should be doing. You know, um, I don't know. He doesn't really make YouTube videos too often anymore. So, and if he does, they have nothing to do with vaping. So, he goes on groups at times. I know he does. So it's like, I don't know. I guess I guess he's too involved in the company, as a company to be. I mean, he doesn't care either way, but he'll say what he wants to say. But I guess it's unethical. Like I'm a small channel, I can fucking say what I want, right? But yeah, his other group I think has disappeared, right? It's been gone for a long time. The Wicks and Coils group, that was like his original group, and I think it had a lot of uh, people in it, and I think it's gone now. There's so many groups that I just don't ever look at anymore, and a lot of times I'll like just look at Billabong's Trader to like figure out like what people are still charging for stuff now, and like how that's because it changes all the time. So it's like I'm trying to like stay up to date. Like I'm going to be asking for like $300 more for something that you know people are not going to pay anymore. Like looking like an asshole asking for all this money for shit. That's what I always feel like is going to happen to me. So then I end up asking like for it's like a weird fucking thing to like your asking price says so much because say you put it at a really low price because you just want to move it that bad. Um, some people may take that wrong and be like, "Oh, it must be a piece of shit because they're asking so little for it." But then other people are like, "Oh, it's only that cheap, so I'll jump on it." It's all like relative to like what people's train of thought is at that given time. Some people see a high number and be like, "Oh, well, that must be very valuable." So that's the investment. And everyone's different. Not everyone actually knows what the shit's worth or like everything's worth what it's worth to whoever it's worth. I'm rambling, but you get it. Yeah. Toasty cheesy. Looks good. Happy Saturday for what it's worth, right? 5 o'clock. God, where's my day go? I woke up at 3 a.m. I don't know why. I've been doing that for a couple days now. 3, 4. I do that for like a week at a time sometimes. Granted, the other day I went to sleep at like 7 in the afternoon, so that'll do it. But that's what sucks for me. I mean, some people like, if you got a physical job, you could like say like, all right, I'm gonna take a nap after work. Like it never ends up being that. I end up just staying the fuck asleep. Yeah, insomnia. I don't have like insomnia. I just wake up early. I just go to I'm like a 90-year-old fucking that goes to sleep when the sun's still out and then wakes up in the middle of the night to start their day. That's like how I'm living. It's like I remember when I was younger looking at my grandparents and thinking like, why do you live like that? Like what makes you it's like years of work just ingrained in your head. I'm staying up till like 2 a.m. and waking up at 11 in the afternoon or 11 in the morning. That was years ago. Yeah, man. That situation with the girl and my car, it really fucked me up. I was, you know, trying to just like uh have the money that I've been accumulating and like not buying vape gear with like for my own place, you know, for her and I, and uh this shit with my car happened, and it's like all that money is on the car now. So it's like, it's just like then I got a ticket the other day for like my cell phone, but I didn't have I swear I didn't have my phone in my hand. It was this fucking thing. This Squevo was in my hand. It was like I just got done work. I had the Squevo like this. I just drive with one hand like this, and fucking state trooper said I was on the phone. I mean, this looks like a phone, I guess, but he didn't want to hear it. He said, you could take it up with the shit. And like I said, it's a new car. I had a temporary tags. I didn't have my paperwork in the car. That's what I was so nervous about. He didn't even mention that. He didn't even care. That's what I was nervous about. He thought I was like feeling guilty. I was like, my phone? Phone? What phone? Shit. What juice am I rocking? I got all sorts of juices and everything. You know that. I did a little what I've been vaping earlier, but it was very like all over the place. I'll touch on some I haven't mentioned. Air Factory Cookie Crunch is always in my unknown RBA in the Unica. I was saying the J3S, I have the Turkish maize that I also have in the Moab. That's the first thing I talked about today. The Turkish maize in the Moab with the Mob Mini, I don't know why it just tastes so much better than everything else that I put it in. It's very strange. Um, the stash box, I use pumpkin as fuck M Turk with the Toxic M2 Monarchy. Early bird, yeah. It's I used to like it. Like if I could wake up at like 5 and I'd feel like I'd always start to feel like I had plenty of the day left or whatever. Because I do kind of like when you have to work every day and like you can try to like take a little chunk of the morning out like way earlier so that way like you feel like you have a little bit of life or like you can wake up a little bit like you have like at least an hour or two of just like fucking around and whatever in the morning before you have to go to work. I like that. I hate having to like wake up and instantly go to work. That shit kills me. So I got myself doing that, and it just shit just got getting earlier and earlier. Ultim Ion has uh, the can only be nuts in it, pistachio. Yeah. Uh, they're the only two. Actually, I have the can only be mine, the strawberry one. I was using that in this Billy Club when it got stolen. I like that juice a lot. I only use fruit juices in RDAs. So, and since I haven't really been using RDAs, I just haven't been using that juice. The only other one I use is can only be cookie, and I used to run that in the hammer strictly, but the last couple months I've been using it in the Enigma. Ooh, excuse me. It's all good. Yeah, my focus with my Faven, I have where the fuck is it? It's baked pistachio. Oh, here it is. Pistachio delight. My favorite juice. This is what my bow rat would have in it. But that's not with us anymore. So this Maven is really good. I like the Maven a lot. Yeah, Toasty, my car got stolen with my billy club and my bow rat in it. So, and then my 38 is broken. So, oh, I never showed you why it's broken. Fuck. So now I'm down to one functional, one BMM mod. It's a fucking crime. I know. So, so bad. It had to be like my most valuable mods that just, had to fucking get taken away from me. I should have brought some shitty stuff with me, like, I don't know. Observe. Exhibit A. We put the deuces, integrated deuces tip. That was a recent group question. What's your favorite BMM tip? I like this. I like the deuces. I like the vase, vase, whatever. The rook is okay. I never had the boss. That seems to be a favorite of a lot of people. Okay, here we go. Oh, tell me it's not going to do it now. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, wait, the cover's not completely on. I wonder if that's something to do with it. Why isn't this pressed in all the way? I can't believe it's fucking working. Maybe it's just this battery that is actually going to work. Because those are big. Those Tech batteries, they're like a little bigger. That's why I use them. I use the Tech ones in my stash box because if I use a small battery like a 2700, this door will feel a little loose. So I try to use the fatter batteries in that. So I generally keep the Tech ones reserved for the stash box. Let's see if this does this. Oh my God. But this happened before. I thought I fixed it and then it started up again. We'll try. We'll run it and see how long it lasts before it starts acting up. For a couple days there, every time I was putting a battery in, it would start auto firing. But this door is not flush yet. I don't know if I don't think the door. It was doing. I had the cover and the buttons completely off, and it was still auto firing. So I really don't think that's going to make a difference anyway. But I don't know if it had to dry out in some way. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it. Yeah. BMM mods, I mean, I know they're mods just like any other mods and they're susceptible, but I just never expect BMM mods to have problems for some reason. But, this one's been around for a minute. I was saying this is one of oh, look. Wait, how could it make a noise? There's no battery in there. Did you hear that? I'm gonna play when when I can replay this. I'm gonna replay this, see if I can hear that, or if that was like in my fucking head. I definitely feel like I heard the atomizer fire. There's no battery in it. I'm tripping. Am I tripping or what? I don't know how it made that noise. Maybe it was something else that made that noise. Just the way it slid in, or I don't know. Seems good. Seems good. Hopefully it lasts. Maybe it just had a dry, it was wet or something. Condensation. I mean, I don't have leaking issues with this atom ever, so I'm gonna ride out with it. 0.50 ohms, 35 watts, 67% battery, 16,235 hits. Oh God, it's good to be back. It's good to have this back at least. God, that was like the cherry on top that this wasn't working. Because this is definitely the favorite. I mean, this is the nicest one. I do really like bow rats too, though. This has my this juice I've been using longer than any other juice. Beard, sweet tobacco chino, number 00. It is great. You think it's like a tobacco juice? It's really more like coffee, but it's so sweet that it's good. It's not like a skunked out coffee juice like you may be aware of. This is actually a really good one. I only had one other coffee juice that I really like, and I actually just keep this bottle around just for the hell of it because it's the first juice I've ever had, ever. Like that wasn't like a jewel type deal. Um, I had a drag mini, and I bought this on a whim. Roasted coffee, Hades, Cyclops Vapor, and Delmarva Vapor Store, brick and mortar. It was really fucking good. The way it comes across now is it's like I don't like too much PG, and this is like 60/40 or some shit. So um or 65/35. I don't like PG too much. Bill Bottoms. Bill Bottoms. Why do I know that name? Definitely know that name from the groups, right? He was a clone OG. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know him like that. God, that name is definitely familiar though. Rest in peace, Bill Bottoms. Wonder what happened to him. Hmm. I'm telling you, I'm so caught up. I'm still thinking about that situation. Fucking. And it's like my car and the mod wasn't the bit. That's the fucked up part. The car and the mods being lost is not actually the bad part. The bad part is how it just uh, fucked things up for me helping in the situation I was trying to help in. That's what's fucked up. Um, yeah. Oh, I made a post like I cleared out like every year I clear out this drawer with all the juices I end up accumulating, and it's just like a fucking giant trash bag full of juice. A lot of them are full. They're either like old or I didn't like them, and they're just sitting there. And I've told people like, oh, the last one I said I'd only give it away locally. Nobody wanted it. Um, the one guy I talked to, I worked with him briefly. Mark, uh, he didn't get it, so I ended up throwing it out. So this time I said I'll ship it if anyone's willing to pay for it, but I'm not gonna like dish all every juice out individually. Like if you want it, you got to get the whole bulk of it, and I really don't care what you give me for it. Just you got to pay for the shipping, which is it's going to be a lot of weight. So, but like I said, I'm lazy, and there's a few people that do want it, and I just have not like tomorrow. Like I will everything's tomorrow. I'm such a procrastinator. I have to like make shit. I'm gonna list on the groups and like do this juice thing like once and for all. I made that post like the beginning of the week. Some people just get shit done, and then there's me. I feel like I just vape all fucking day, and I'm on my phone looking at videos, or I'm at work. That is the modern what? That's the modern way. That's why I am grateful for this little outlet of community here. Telling you, like, I did not use Facebook very much, like before. I guess in the last 3 years I've been using it, but really when I got into the like heavy into the vape groups, that's when I noticed even my own posts went from like, you know, maybe a couple people would like it to like actually being like, wow, there's a community of people that interact with me. You know what I mean? It's living in this area and being how old I am, and I'm not actually from this fucking city. It's nice to have a little like social outlet like this, So I do appreciate it. Yeah, man. It's tough fucking when you get older. Sure, Sharp. What's up? It's going. It's going all right. I'm just glad I don't have a shit ton of like things on my desk that need to be rewicked. This is the only thing that needs to be rewicked. A Citadel. I can deal with that. I'll crank that out right now. Actually, I don't give a fuck. The Cthulhu AIO. Oh, that's cool. Well, thank you, Digital Gold. I've never had one. I have opinions of it either way, but I've never had one. It's people seem to really like it, so take that for what you will. And I have no interest in it, and I never did. It came out. Oh my god, the Cthulhu AIO and the Pulse AIO came out around the same time. The Cthulhu is basically the same fucking size as a dot AIO. So it's small, 18650. And it's aluminum. Well, most of them are aluminum. So they're rugged, whereas and small. Whereas the Pulse was like, that's what I ended up getting because it was 21700. I thought the clear frosted polycarb was interesting. And it was cheap. Well, they're both cheap, but that's what I got. And I didn't keep it very long. It was cool, but it was cheap. It was a really, it's just kind of crappy, plasticky. Mine didn't break or nothing at the 510 or whatever, or at the flush nut, like some people. But I bought the spare screws for it that you could swap out different colors, and just taking the screws out, I felt like the whole fucking panel was gonna break, and the other ones didn't even thread in properly. It was all Pulse brand, or not, or Vandy Vape brand. So for the threads not to be like the right pitch is just not acceptable. Anyhow, I'm talking more about the Pulse than I am the Cthulhu. Like I said, people seem to really like it, and it's been around for a minute, so, and it was always cheap, so you could get a cheap one. Yeah, I guess get that if that's what you're considering your first Bora mod. I would get a real nice one, honestly, because you can get a real nice used one pretty cheap. You just got to know who you're buying it from, or know what to look for when you're buying one. Know about vouchers and stuff like that. If you only want to buy one new, like at a store, then yeah, I guess. I think Aspire has a new mod coming out that looks good. There's a couple good looking cheap mods that have come out recently. And God, I wish I knew them offhand. I don't. I'm such an asshole. Like, I could look them up maybe real quick. I don't know. There really are some nice looking Chinese cheaper Bora mods that have just come out or are just coming out. That's what I would get. So you can have one that's actually kind of stylish. I think the Cthulhu is just plain. I mean, it literally just looks like a .aio. Um, oh, and it's not like it's got like a. You can get one of these cheap Chinese ones with an Evolve chip in it too. That's what I would do. Because some people have. I mean, there's so many Cthulhu AIOs that there's bound to be some fucked up ones, regardless. But people have complained about the chip being faulty because it's their own proprietary chip. So that's a risk, I guess. But that's how many people out of how many Cthulhu AIOs. I don't know. I would get a newer, stylish one. Get something you really are gonna like, because it'll still be around the same price. God, I wish I knew some of the names offhand. They're like goofy fucking names now. I don't know. They're like weird. I think they're like weird Chinese names. That's why I can't remember them. Naming something is so fucking important, and it's so easy. Like to me, I feel like there's so many cool names you can come up with, and they come up with these bogus names. Like BMM, like their new mod called the Smuggler. It's perfect. It's a perfect name, but it's made by an American English speaking guy, so of course it connects. I don't know, like what is wrong? Can't the Chinese stuff just translate so it like always says something cool? Like they don't come up with any cool words. Like I don't fucking know. Like the UL Evdillo. Who the fuck named that? What is an Evdillo? Like they just come up with these stupid names that like don't mean anything, or they're just like something, they just stand for something real generic. I feel like I just fucking complain about shit all the time on this channel. Yeah, Spire. Wait, what were you saying about Spire? Spire do have a new one coming out. It's not MTO, but the Raga is. Aspire has like a mod coming out. What do you mean MTO? I know there's a bridge in it. I mean, so you just don't use the bridge, or they probably will sell them a separate version too. Aspire is usually pretty thorough like that. Oh my god, what do I want to put in this? Shit. I don't feel like finding that. Alright. It's gonna be a fucking that thing I was talking about, that juice can only be mind juice. I gotta find that shit. Damn, I think might be gone. Really. This will do. Strawberry. Damn, is that gone then? I guess it's gone. I think it must have been in the car. Damn, that's another fucking lost to tack on. There's another $20 lost. Or whatever the fuck it costs. 15. Because Casadega ain't cheap for 16 ml bottles. Always gotta like the expensive shit, you know? At least Sad Boy's cheap. Sad Boy is like a cheaper company that like 100 milligrams is sufficient. You know, I don't mean like $12 or whatever they cost. Yeah, that's fair. And most of their flavors are pretty good. This needs to be cleaned up. Oh, now we're an hour and a half already. Holy shit. How'd that happen? Speaking of Aspire, here is the Aspire Paradox. No, it's not. Come on. God, looking like a nitwit. I do have one of those. I can't fucking find that either. This one little drawer, I mean, it's not a big drawer, and I can't find stuff in it somehow. I don't know. Maybe I moved it somewhere. Shit. Okay, well, anyhow, this is called a Foxy one. It's another cheap. I mean, it looks like high-end-ish, but it's the weight of it is clearly not. And with the tripod too on there, I have baked cornflake sugar cookie in this. I was using this at work during the week. Yeah, the Aspire Paradox. I have that, and the reason I don't know where the fuck it is because I never use it. Oh, here it is. I never use it because it's got it's a spring-loaded 510, but it's like deep. It's so deep that like a lot of RTAs don't connect. Like every time I go to use it, this is the No Name collab. Damn, I'm forgetting the name of the mod that it was based off of. I used to know it. That has this same fire bar thing. Fuck. It's a weird name. It's like an Italian name, No Name. Jay's has a video on it. Tripod V2 is great. I was using it DL for a long time, and now I've been like tightening it up a bit, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it like that. Because I don't do a lot of MTL. Like MTL, I really only like MTL with RTAs because it's longer. So even though it's like a tighter draw because of the length of the chamber and everything, you get the back pressure. You just get the better MTL vibe out of an RTA, in my opinion, than anything else. Like MTL for Boro stuff. I mean, that's how I got into MTL with using the dot AIO. And from that I got into billet box stuff. But now I mean, MTL with the dot is still ideal, but like RTAs is, the way to do it. Citadel. Gotta use this now. I don't have a Hadley. They're like the same fucking thing anyway. Don't matter. It sucks not having that though. That's why after those losses, it's just like, I don't know. I went from being such an avid collector, like would not sell anything, to you start losing a couple things, and then it all just becomes whatever. That's why if you really want to collect stuff, like just don't ever sell anything. But people used to just sell shit nonstop. I mean, I would see people get stuff and sell it the same day, which was smart on their part because they got to try a lot of stuff quickly, like while everybody wanted everything. So in a way, it was smart, unless you ended up in the end with something worth a lot less that you don't like than the thing you originally bought, or something in the middle. Then you lost. But which is, I've people have told me that, so I just stuck with everything pretty much. Didn't do too many mod trades. Not big, not like for my nice stuff. I'm always amazed how many times people trade BMM mods for BMM mods, or want to at least. Sometimes just for a different color or a different pattern of the same thing, and it's just like I wouldn't even want to risk the shipping just to do that. I'm just grateful for what I got at least. Yeah, I never had the K-Fun X. I also never had the K-Fun 5. That's the one I want. I still want to try K-Fun 5 because it's like RDL apparently. Yeah, nets. I mean, they're just they're not like I like some sweetness, and like I some of those juices that I'm trying to give away are nets. Like I thought that I would give that a try, and I didn't like any of it. I wanted to like it. Be like some of them euros. Yeah. All right, folks. Well, we almost hit that 2 hour mark, so I wasn't that far off, eh? Thank you guys for coming out. Um, Look at this. We got a nice little handful of people in here. 7 of y'all. The Albrecht too. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. I mean, I know of its existence. I wonder if I could pull it up, pick it out of a lineup. A lot of those top airflow mainstream ones that are newer, I won't even know. Like if you put that next to like one of the latest mic vapes ones or whatever, I might not even know which one's which. The Albrecht, is that like a vape fly? Is that vape fly? Siegfried and whatever else they do. Well, I knew the brand. You gotta give me that. Um, yeah, I got a video for that for MTL RTAs that I like. I got it. I got it for the common brand. Uh, I got it for the high end and the and the commercial brands. Different videos. Yeah, this old shit. I still got most of my stuff are for RTAs, like older ones. They're clones too. I mean, I've I probably would have never started buying authentic high end stuff if it wasn't for Billet Box Borrow shit because that's all that existed. So I had to. Now you really don't. They come out with the clone stuff now. Like they had a first wave of clone everything. Hakuzeta abridged V1 um, Air. You know, they had all those clones. The Grizzly, like all sorts of shit. Um, the crossbow. They did all those clones, a big wave of them. But then they depleted their stock and they never replaced them. Fast Tech and 3F8, 2F deal, those ones. And so time just kept going by. Bora stuff got popular. I started dabbling with it, and I just kept wishing like they would replenish the clone stocks of stuff, and they just never would. And so I just bought all authentic RBAs from that point, and by the time I basically was all in, that's when they started ramping up clone productions again for RBAs, and they even went back and did a lot of the older ones. And I'm like thinking, like, well, where were you back then? Save me some fucking money. But I'm glad it was an experience, because I wouldn't have got into the groups to that extent if I just kept buying clone stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I started vaping in 2019. I guess around, yeah, like August 2019. So, but I did a lot of research, like it's when I got into it, I got so into it. So like I was learning about the shit that was made in 2016 and up, you know. The videos, I mean, because there was so many reviews and reviewers, I mean, that really drew me in. So that was kind of like the one of the appeals of becoming a reviewer is because that's what got me interested. So I didn't really use Facebook. Um, you know, I let that shit go for years. So yeah. All right. I guess I'm gonna go. Um, but it was very nice chatting with y'all. It was I appreciate the input on the live chat. That's always cool. Keeps things moving. Daniel Bevman, thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Awesome. All right, cool. Well, until next time, whenever that will be. Hopefully not too long. And I'll try to get an official video up soon. So with that, I bid you adieu. You all have a good rest of your evening. I'll see you.